So when we go to do SEO, we first need to know what are people actually searching for in search, right? So when someone goes and types into Google the service that they're looking for, how do they think about the service? How are they searching in Google for that specific service? Now with Christmas light or Christmas light installation, it's pretty easy. There's really no ambiguity with what people are searching for. So one of the ways that we can do this is we can use the words that our ideal clients use, right? So whenever you're talking to them about the service, what words are they using? Because this will give you a clear indication of, okay, so every conversation I have, these are the things that they're mentioning. These are the keywords that I should consider targeting. Another way is, so whenever they speak about how they found you, so they're like, hey, oh, I searched light installation near me, then we know, okay, hey, that's one of the keywords we should be considering. The other thing is, let's say I called 5 other light installation companies near me or light installers near me, you're the only one that picked up. Then we have another idea of, oh, okay, so that's what they're searching for in Google. This will give us more confidence that this is the keyword we should be targeting. Now, if you already have your website set up, you already have a Google business profile set up, what we can also do is in your Google Search Console data, we can start to see the impressions your website is already getting. And this can help us give more confidence in what keywords we should be targeting. When you go on your Google business profile, what you see is when you go under performance and you scroll down a little bit, there's a little section on the right side that will tell you the impressions your Google business profile is getting for when people search. Another thing that we can do is if you already have a Google business profile and you already have a whole bunch of reviews, what we can do is we can look through your reviews and get an idea of what your customers think about the service or how they would describe the service in their own words and what they actually call the service. Now, let's say you don't have a Google business profile, you don't have a website, you're just starting. So what you can do is you can go to the competitors and you can look through their review data. From their review data, we can get an idea of what do people consider this service? What do they think about the service? Now, another thing we can do by looking through this review data is if we filter by the lowest rating reviews, we can get a really great idea the pain points your ideal customers experience. Now, why would we want to do this? We want to do this because what we can then do is in our copy or in the text on the page, we can address those very specific pain points immediately so that when your ideal customer lands on that page, they're already made aware that you're going to address those very specific pain points. Something that I saw when I was putting this all together is that a lot of the times homeowners complain that there are holes left in their roof after the light installers come through and install everything. So very clearly on our website, what we can do is that's the first thing they see, no holes left in your roof. And what I'll do here is I also built a demo site. I will go to illustrate this. And so what we can see right here is I'm immediately addressing that concern of theirs by having these little taglines addressing their pain points. Now, having all of this impression data on when your Google business profile is showing up, the impression data on when your website shows up in Google Search Console is great. But this doesn't mean that those are the keywords that we want to target. When it comes to targeting the keyword that you're considering, what you want to do is you want to have multiple sources of truth or multiple sources of data to help you build the confidence that this is the keyword I should be targeting. So not only can we use what our ideal customers are saying, we can look at the review data and how they write and how they speak about the service. We can look at our Google business profile, but what we can also do is we can go and look in the Google Ads Keyword Planner, and this will actually give us a rough guide on the total amount of search volume certain keywords get. Not only can we go do that, but we can also go look at Google Trends. Google Trends will tell us a little bit of the seasonality when there are peaks and lows of this specific service. And together, all of this is going to give us more confidence in the keyword that we need to be targeting. It's also going to give us a very good idea of what our customer thinks about the service and what we need to be addressing on our pages. So another hint to get the keyword that you need to be targeting is type your keyword into Google. What is it autofilling with? This is telling us, oh, other people search these terms. Google recognizes the beginning of our search query that it matches these other commonly searched terms. Not only that, but when you actually hit enter and then Google shows the search results page, go through and see everything that is bolded on the page. And that gives you another layer of confidence, another layer of evidence that these are the keywords I want to be targeting. Not only that, these are the keywords that I want on page. Google does not bold these terms for no reason. Google bolds these terms in the search results page because they are relevant to the search query. So now, when we are looking at Google Trends is not the search volume that keyword gets. So whenever you go to type that keyword in and you start looking at the graph, that is not the amount of search volume that word is getting, right? So when you go look at this, what it will show is that depending on the keyword you place, you can see graphs that are in the low like 10s, 20s, 30s. You can see graphs similar to what's on my screen right now, where you have these peaks and they're very seasonal, right? So for Christmas light installation, it's very seasonal. So in every December, it hits 100. Now, what does that mean? So what that means is that the total amount of search volume that's Christmas light installation gets during these very specific times of the year, this is when it's searched for the most. Now, when you look at these other tools, or when you look at keyword ad planners or keyword tool planners, they're going to show you rather like monthly or an annual basis of what they think the search volume is for this keyword. Now, what Google Trends will do is it will help you understand the seasonality or when there are peaks in the search volume for these keywords. Now, when we're doing this keyword research, what we also want to do is we want to split these into almost like 3 buckets, just so we keep them separated, have an idea of what they mean. So as an example, the head terms or the surface itself right here, we can see is Christmas light installation. You got Christmas light hanging, Christmas light installers, Christmas light company. So it's the same service. It's just said many different ways. Then we have qualifiers, the words that they add onto that, right? So we've got best, professional, top, near me, after Christmas, or like holiday. Then we also have geographic. So we've got, in this example, this company is located in Pensacola. So its geographic terms are Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Destin, Navarre. We got Ferry Pass and Milton. Now, with these terms or these head terms or these different buckets, they all get their each individual pages, right? So the service pages get the service terms, get their own service pages. The qualifiers are going to be added onto those service pages. In the on-page optimization that we do, we want to include those. Then for the geographic, those are going to get their own pages. So as an example, we're going to do Christmas light installation in Pensacola. Now, when we go to do on-page optimization, when we go to do SEO optimization, what you want to make sure you have in mind is that there is local intent and there are national intents. And what this means is that when you're going through the keyword research, you want to be aware of when people are searching, like if they're searching for C9 bulbs, which is a type of Christmas lights, that is more of a national term. A local term is going to be like the near me's Christmas light installation in insert city here. Those are going to be more local, and you're a local service provider, so you want to be targeting those local intent keywords. When you're going through this keyword research phase, you also are going to want to look through some of these when you're going and looking at the search volume or you're looking on Google Trends, and you want to make sure that these aren't branded keywords. What can happen is that you'll have high search volume for branded keywords, and so you think, oh, those are keywords I should have on my page. When in reality, that's actually the name of someone's business. So you do not want to be targeting someone else's business name on your page. So then when we're searching in Google and we're looking at our competitors' website, what we can see is that we can look over all of their pages and get a very good idea of what factors are they using. Now, if you would like a link to this entire roadmap that I've built that goes over all 7 phases of ranking a business in Google, there will be a link down below.